I knew from a young age I never ever wanted to be mediocre. I never wanted to be like the sheep. No, I mean, I wanted to be not even a shepherd, I wanted to be the wolf. I knew I wanted to be different. I was never put on this planet to have a boss, have someone tell me what to do. I knew that I was put on this planet to be my own boss and make my own decisions and create my own destiny. But I knew when I started Muay Thai, I knew that I wanted to do it for the rest of my life. There's belts and there's goals and there's, you know, financial freedom. But in the end, I want to inspire. I think at any fight on one championship, you need to take it as the biggest fight ever, because it's snakes and ladders, unfortunately, with one championship, and you're only remembered by your last fight. So, like I said, it's every fight matters. Doesn't matter who the opponent is. One championship get to have plans for you, and one loss puts you right to the bottom of the ladder. So, every fight's just as important as the next.
How would you describe the year that you've had?
This fight depends on the answer. I already fought for the pinnacle of the sport's world title. I won championship gold. You know, years and years ago, if you told me that that was going to happen, no, then maybe I laughed. But I made it. I made that possibility true. I am proud of myself for getting to that stage, but at the same time, I'm not happy until I win it. So obviously the year started with that, and unfortunately I got beat and I hit rock bottom, but I came back from that and I won my fight against City Chai, kickboxing legend. From there I married my best friend, which was by far the best day of my life. So that alone, from going from that bottom to that, it already been, even with that being in it, like that loss to Nabil, it's already been the best year of my life. And now another win in November will just cement that.
Ready?
To be fair, Nico's fought all sorts of styles. I think this kind of style has definitely come up against before. In terms of name and stuff like that, he's fought much bigger names, but we're still preparing for the hardest fight possible. Where we're at right now is we were at the top of the mountain and we get knocked right back to the bottom after the Nabil loss, so every fight's crucial, so it doesn't matter who's put in front of us, what their name is, what they've done, or it's like they're a threat and they're standing in the way of him getting back to where he needs to be. So in comparison to other fights, it's probably not the biggest name he's fought, but still we're taking it just as real as we took any other fight, because there's all to play for us, and this is our second chance at going back to the top, so we're not going to take anything lightly. I think if he goes and wins this, then we're basically just back in title contention. I believe that it could be any time I'm going to get the email offering the title fight. I believe if he beats City Chai and beats Lessei, Nico's probably the most obvious option, so it would definitely put us instead to be expecting that phone call or that call up at any time. I reckon so anyway.
There's no way he's going to harm you. You're way too strong. You get him in, just take a wee angle. Obviously think about what you're doing, but don't give him no reach. You move that close, but from an angle so you have leverage. You know what I mean? If we're too close, you might drown it a bit.
That's when just take every time you step back, you see all that space in it.
Once you back him up, he's there. even a wee step back and the side, but come from the side, don't be square on. Just here. Yeah, I'll say he's getting a spar today, but we're trying to get him a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for, sort of like a bit more variety in sparring. Because they seem to be getting there's no one here really for him to spar today, so yeah, we're still getting the work in. His boxing's coming on massively. If he hits someone before in scrubs, they're going out, like it doesn't. He's a powerhouse.
I grow from every fight, but it's when you lose, you really, really grow as a person. And it's probably the most I've grew in a short period of time after that loss. Do I wish it happened? No, I still wish it didn't happen, but it did happen and I've learned a lot from it and I'm a different person through it. Obviously, moving up in weight, I'm now enjoying Muay Thai again, I'm now enjoying my fight camps again. I'm a better fighter, I'm faster. There's just so much that came with moving up a weight.
Where does your belief and drive come from?
It comes from wanting to be different and wanting to stand out in this world where mediocrity is the gold standard. I mean, it's so easy to be, I mean, the same thing Goggin says, it's so easy to be great nowadays because everybody else is just mediocre. And I knew from a young age I never ever wanted to be mediocre. I never wanted to be like the sheep. No, I mean, I wanted to be not even a shepherd, I wanted to be the wolf. So I've always had that kind of mindset. I knew I wanted to be different. I knew I wasn't destined to take orders off a person, although I take orders from JP in training. It's not the same thing. I was never put on this planet to have a boss, have someone tell me what to do. I knew that I was put on this planet to be my own boss and make my own decisions and create my own destiny. So I believe that that's where my fire comes from, is just honestly not wanting to be like everyone else.
He's like Action Man. That's why like a wee character with muscles. Just goes to sleep, goes to the
It's just a matter of getting the fight there now.
Aimee and I met when I was 14 or 15. The same time I started kind of Thai boxing is the kind of same kind of time I met Aimee. That's it, the rest is history. 12 years later, married, best friend, soulmate.
To me, I would say he's more my best friend than anything. I'd hope he would say the same with me. I feel like everyone just kind of sees it as like Nico's just a Muay Thai fighter, but to me, he's like just Nico. Like, if that even makes sense. Like, I don't really see it as like he's a Muay Thai fighter and he's my husband. I would just say is like he is my husband, and first and foremost, like he's my best friend. It's like, it would be the same without Muay Thai, if that makes sense. But I feel like his Muay Thai life is just kind of, it's merged into my life, and it's not really like separated, if that makes sense. Like, I would say like things that people probably wouldn't usually go through in a relationship, like him cutting weight so often, blah, 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 like that kind of stuff. That's just normal to me. Like, that's just my life too. So I don't really see it as like I'm married to that. It's just that is my life as well.
It's the hardest job in the world being a fighter, and fight camps are extremely, I can't even explain how demanding they are on not just the body but the mind. You know, you have some crazy thoughts in fight camp, you need to overcome crazy obstacles in fight camp. you need to put yourself through crazy stuff in fight camp. It's not an easy thing. So, you know, being in that, like in the gym, all you're doing is talking about this one person that you're fighting and planning for this one person, and that's always in your mind, just always hard stuff. Then coming away from it and just being like that 24 hours a day, it can send you fucking loopy. It can send you nuts. So it is nice to come home to your wife and just shut off from that.
I like being there, just like the small things, like just, I know it sounds so daft, but like just waking up in the morning, make sure he gets a coffee before he goes to training, like just like weird small things that I know it makes like such a big difference. And it's so daft, like to even like go to bed last night or the night before, he always makes his overnight oats because he's pure, like I make all of his food, but he is so certain how he makes his overnight oats. And I could tell he was pure tired that night, and I gave him his supplements and stuff, and he was like, he went to go to bed and he was like, oh, I've not done my overnight oats, and I was like, I've already done it. And he's like, oh, thank you so much. But like just daft things like that, I'm like, actually makes such a big difference. But I like being a part of it. Oh.
That is why I think it's good to have my wife and my wee dog. A happy fighter is a dangerous fighter, so I'm going to perform better if she's around. She's just Aimee, and that's all I need her to be, always.
Can you count 1 to 10 for us, Nico?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See, when they asked me to count to 10, have you ever seen the Nate Diaz and Conor McGregor thing? He's like, Nate can only count to 5. That's what I was thinking about there.
How's married life? I mean, what's the energy been like coming to the gym as a married man?
It's being married's amazing. Nothing has changed in my life. If anything, it's just got better. What's my life like? Well, it's the exact same.
I knew when I started Muay Thai, I knew that I wanted to do it for the rest of my life. But then I was still working a job, and then when I quit my job to go all in, I knew that I had to make it work, and I knew that I wanted to be the best. Even back then, it wasn't the best in the world. I think I just wanted to be known. I just wanted to be good and just make it work. But then, obviously, as time goes on, you start knocking off these little goals that once seemed impossible, and then you start making new goals. And like even when before one championship happened, I remember thinking like I would love to just get signed to one championship. I was like, I'd love to just get signed and just make good money and just like go and make the numbers up kind of thing. And then again, you start getting better and you're knocking off more goals. And then it's like fighters that I never thought I would ever be fighting are now I've fought them and I've beat them and I've knocked them out and I'm getting mentioned in the same sentences as them all the time. And then, like I says, time goes on, you keep knocking these goals off, and now it's like, no, I know I can be a world champion. Nice, isn't it?
Very cool.
Soon. Once again, I'll get there. New mission, new division.
I know Nico since he was 14 and I was just coming up for 16, and he just came into the gym one day, just this little boisterous, very loud boy, and I was training for a fight at the time, and he caught my eye straight away just because he was quite loud and quite, do you know what I mean, he's quite a big presence, Nico, even when he was younger. He walked into this gym full of fighters, so I clocked him straight away, and he ended up in with the fighters. And I've told this story loads of times, like at the time I was training hard, do you know what I mean? Like, I was only 16, but I was flogging all the pro fighters and all the adults in the gym. And Nico was like, we were looking for partners to spar, so it was like change. And obviously I would just stick in amongst the pros, do you know what I mean? And Nico's just come in, like, I'll spar you. So I'm like, who are you talking to, you dick? Do you know what I mean? Like, I was pure shocked. I was like, right, fuck it. And that's how I liked him, because he was just like, he wasn't shy, do you know what I mean? He came up and from there, we just kind of clicked. So I started putting a bit of time into him. When I had time in between fights, I was holding pads for him. Then started to take him to fight and stuff like that. Like, I took him to Liverpool for his second fight, Alex Foreman, who we work with now. I messaged him on, he had a show coming up, and I messaged him on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I've got a boy fighter, 40 something kilo. He's only had one fight, can you get him on? And Alex was like, aye, sound, send your details, blah blah blah, match the fight. He's like, right, there's your train tickets. We went down and Alex picked us up at the train station, and he's like, I was like 16, Nico was 15, and he's like, where's your coach? And I'm like, it's us. I'm like, it's just us two. And he was like, just scratching his head, like, what the fuck? And mate, I didn't know how to wrap hands or nothing. Alex had to get somebody to wrap Nico's hands and like, that's how young it was. Like, me and Nico having to get like 20 quid off our mum and dad to go to Liverpool for the weekend. Do you know what I mean? Just the two is fucking, and that was kind of where it started, to see how we actually didn't have a clue what we were doing at that time, but we just I flung myself in the deep end and just learned about it, to see where we're actually at now is mental.
What the fuck, man? Have you seen this? Have you seen this?
Oh my god.
Oh, man. I don't even have anything to say about this.
How do you get one?
How do you get one? Oh, mate. You've done me dirty here.
You have to get one with his face.
You can't walk about with that one.
Yeah, we caught me off guard there.
Oh,
You don't know what
Wait. So, it's media day and one championship. And look, I walk into a media room and look at us. Aye, cheers to everybody on my stag do. Can on one championship now.
No, man.
People will stop calling me the king of the north, they call me queen of the airline. King of the north, queen of the airline.
King of the North during the week, queen of the airline on Saturday.
On fight days. Thank you, because darling on my head, nothing beat the queen of airlines. I walked into a media interviews and one of the media guys was got what I wore in my stag do before I got married. I got made to dress up as an air hostess, and you know, people are making t-shirts in one championship and stuff. I'm walking about and people are wearing t-shirts in my face, dressed up as a air hostess. Brilliant. He says he got a picture of me dressed up as a Pope as well. Oh my god.
Which side are you paying attention to?
A text message from Chattery saying give him $50,000.
My producer tells me that. I don't get that message. Man, Nico Carrillo is a phenomenal striker. I remember when he first came to One Friday Fights, we saw him and he was just something special. He has this ability to captivate people, not just with his fighting style, but it's also his charisma. He came in and started knocking out legends. You know, beat Muay Thai, beat Nong O. He carries game-changing power deep into a fight. And now that he's moved up to this new weight class at featherweight, I think he's really bringing something special to this division. And what that is, it's going to be not just his intellect, not just his charisma, but the ability to dig deep even when you're in trouble. And I think he's really going to cause problems for a lot of the featherweights. And he gets a huge test here against Luke Lessei. I'm excited to watch this fight, and it's my fight of the night, 100%. And I think it's the people's main event.
Lovely.
Have yourself a little sweet.
Done.
There you go, we celebratory. How's he going? Wait, mate. Wait, mate. Thank you, Bill.
That's another weight cut, 70. He's done. No stress, we weren't in a rush for time, he wasn't struggling at any point. He was pretty light this morning, so we just had to get the last wee bit off easy. Yeah, I used to absolutely dread this point because this was a struggle. This was sometimes harder than the fight. Was this period of having to like literally pick him up, boots on, and stuff like that, to then throw him back in and his weight no moving and that. Every time the day weight was just going bump, 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 and then the last wee bit done. And that is that. So The 70 kilos definitely the weight for him. His spirits were high, still high. They never really faded at any point. Maybe a little bit fatigued today during the weight cut, but apart from that, he's been sound.
Ooh. Thank you,
When I fight, the gym name is Gallacher Muay Thai Academy. Gallacher was Jordan's name, so his name was Jordan Co, but he gave himself Jordan Gallacher Co. His favourite fighter when he trained at Sumo Lee was Oren Decalon, and Jordan loved him. He was his role model, so he wanted to be the little Decalon, so that's Gallacher, little Decalon, and that was Jordan's name. That's where he got his name. Jordan Co was a very good friend of mine and everybody at the gym, so Jordan Co was kind of there at the start, the same as JP. For me, I learned a lot from Jordan Co. So Jordan Co was the same age as JP, but when JP kind of went into a coaching role, Jordan was still fighting, and Jordan became really famous out in Thailand actually. He'd spend a lot of time in Thailand, but then when he was home, he would train with us 4-5 times a week. He used to sneak on the train from Falkirk to Glasgow just to come and train with us. He was just the nicest guy probably in the world, to be honest. He was just a happy. He was just, if you search Jordan Co, you'll see he was called the dancing fighter. He used to come out dancing every fight and always put a smile on everyone's face. Jordan taught me how to wrap my hands, and I wrap my hands the exact same way to this day. He was 20 years old and he died out here in Thailand. I remember exactly where I was. I remember it like it was yesterday. I got up and I just went on my phone, and obviously Thailand's ahead, so there was articles out. I remember seeing there was a Thai coach in the UK called John Pop, Kiapontip, and I remember seeing on his Facebook he was sharing loads of articles. Scottish boxer found dead on the side of the street and stuff, and I was reading into it, and then I was like, what the fuck, is this a joke? And I was clicking on more stuff, and the more I looked into it, the more my Facebook just became full of it. And then I phoned my coach, Craig Flown at the time, who was like my other coach, and I think the rumours were true. Died. I was talking to him just a few days before that, and he was just saying to me how proud he was of me and stuff, because I was only young, he was older than me, he was a lot better than me, and he was a role model to me, big time. He was out here in Thailand fighting all the time, and in the stadiums and stuff, and I'd hardly just got the fucking shin guards off, you know what I mean? So he was a massive role model to me, and he was saying, oh, you should come out here and train with me and come out here for a few months, you would absolutely love it. And then I think I had like a big fight coming up, and he was just saying how proud of me he was and stuff. It's a crazy thing, because you never know the last time you're going to see somebody for the last time. A scary thing, innit?
Your pals only meant to die. Like your mum and your dad, your gran, your granddad all meant to go first, do you know what I mean? Being so young and then getting a phone call that somebody your age who you've been through all this way has died is a massive thing. So it's a big eye-opener. So when he died, obviously it had a very adverse effect on everybody. Nico took it really hard.
I think I cried every day for fucking weeks. I remember I would just burst out crying randomly sometimes. It's a fucking shame.
And then when obviously we started fighting, we started carrying his picture with us, we started carrying his canes with us, and then when we decided to go our own way and make our own gym, the obvious choice was Jordan's fight name, which was Gallacher, so we just called it the Gallacher Muay Thai Academy. His silhouette was the logo. We don't just let anybody fight for the name either. Like, I've got fighters who come train with me, do full camps with me, and they'll never carry the name. Do you know what I mean? You need to be like, you need to be special to carry that name, or you need to be really, really unfold and work in the way we want to work. Because it's a very like proud name, you know what I mean? Like Gallacher Muay Thai Academy never lost for 6 years. So as a special name, like there's only certain people who will get to represent that name.
Sorry, Cab. Oh yeah, that's okay. Thank you, Cab. But yeah, I'm not too nervous. Just because he's not nervous. Nico's been fucking, he's been really calm, cool, collected. This one. But yeah, I think he's going to knock him out. I'm hoping for either that fake to the body left hook or the 1-2 down the middle. I have a wild feeling that he's going to work off his jab a good bit. I think a 1-2 is a shot for him, and the jab cross to the body, right hand to the body.
Ramble like fight's just been cancelled.
Alright, struggled to sleep, to be honest. Feeling okay just now. As soon as I get to the stadium, it'll be a different story.
Morning! Oh yeah, what number did you say?
I've not even got one.
I got caught trying to steal a free breakfast. I can help you a bill for folks. Look, this boy here, he's having a fucking... What number did you say?
Don't you worry about that, lad.
I just got into survival mode, mate. And Nate, I didn't throw one punch that we planned for the game plan. I just went southpaw and threw right body hook, right hook, right body hook, right hook. Overhand left was a bit. Overhand left and all. Oh, bro. Oh, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, brother. You made me work for it, brother. I hope you're safe. I hope everything's all good. All good. Yeah, good, bro. And if you want, we can have a beer in the hotel, no problem. Alright, brother? I'll see you soon, okay, bro? I'll see you back at the hotel.
I'll just do it.
Rain's weather, I'll go fight. Slow mo na.
Slow mo na, no? อยากคุยเหงาอ่ะเราอ่ะเราเหงาแล้วอ่ะมาแนวเนี้ย
ลีโร่สวัสดีครับก่อนอื่นต้องขอแสดงความยินดีกับชัยชนะของคุณด้วยสุดยอดมากๆเลยคุณรู้สึกยังไงครับหลังที่คุณชนะมาแล้วครับใช่
เรียนมาแล้วนะ First of all, congratulations on your win.
I allowed him to work at his long range and it was never part of my game plan, and as soon as I shut the range down, you seen that the fight just completely went my way. So just starting a little too slow and allowing him to throw the leg kick and giving him that range, it was my fault. As soon as that happened, I woke up and then obviously the fight really changed. I don't know if I'm in my prime yet. I've definitely got a lot of learning, and you know, the guys that I'm beating have had 200 fights, 300 fights. I've had 30 maybe, and for like 15 of the fights I was fighting just like English and Scottish guys.
Hey, you are heavyweight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Video. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much. See the flag up there.
I don't really think of legacy, I just think of my story. I don't know if you want to call that the same thing, I just think it's how epic's your story when you finish. The story that you tell your grandkids in your hospital bed, that's the kind of thing I think of. I just want the book of Nico Carrillo, people to open it and be inspired, people to open it and read it and have their lives changed, people to open it and do better because of me, inspire people. That is what my end goal is. There's belts and there's goals and there's, you know, financial freedom, but in the end I want to inspire. And another thing is just embrace fear, embrace pain, embrace all the ugly, because it's in the ugly that you find yourself, and that's where all the growth is. The man who loves walking will get further than the man who loves the destination.